Hello, welcome back. Hope we've had a top New Year, top Christmas. Yeah, this is the first video that I've done for a while, so I had a brief sabbatical over Christmas, but we're back now. Third lockdown, which is a bit unfortunate, bit rubbish for us golfers, but in today's video, this is a super important one for me. This is the video where I'll look back on last year's goals and set this year's goals. I'll be doing this every year, so this is probably going to be a mainstay for the channel, just once a year. I think this was the first video that Paul watched of mine, which, you know, since has led to me teaching him in the toolbox and him subsequently becoming a sponsor, so it's quite an important one for me, this one. So I'm going to stop yakking. Let's have a look at last year's goals first. Let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see on screen now, 2020 goals. The first one, I wanted to earn a certain amount from teaching. I was able to do that, so that's first goal, first one ticked off. That were a pretty, I won't say easy one. I think going to Kingswood, the main objective was to work more, to build a bigger clientele, to teach more people, to become more experienced, become better at what I do. And I think even though it's just a monetary goal, all of the things that I mentioned, I was able to achieve that. So that was a real big positive coming out of 2020. The next one, 5,000 subs, no, did not achieve that one. As you'll see a little bit later on, that's still the goal, so I'm still working towards 5,000. I think at the minute I'm on 2,850, somewhere in that realm, so still quite far away. At the start of last year, I was on 1,200, so I had gained like 1,600 subscribers this year, which has been mental. But yeah, still quite away from 5,000. I think, if anything, that were a little bit ambitious, but you've got to be ambitious, haven't you? Hey, shoot for the stars. You might even fall on a cloud. For what? 150 uploads. Now I've put a question mark next to this one, as you can see, because I don't think I did 150 uploads. I think it was more in the region of 100. However, I don't know. I can't really tell how many I've done unless I were to actually count them individually. So I'm not sure on that one. Don't think I did it. Next one, absolute failure. Read one book a month. I haven't read one book all year, so that is a big no-no. Looking back at my 2019 goals, this was something that I've tried doing the year before as well. Didn't do it then. Reading for me now is just going to be like a pleasure thing, so it's not something that I say I need to do so much. It's just if I want to read a book, I'll read it. If I don't, then I don't. So I'm not prioritising that one for 2021. Complete 12 fitness challenges. Now, I didn't do 12, but I think I did about 3. So we did a fitness challenge, myself, Liam, Kizzo in like November, which were a running one, burpees one, sit-ups one. That were pretty good. I've done a couple of months which I've ran like 100 miles and stuff, but I didn't quite do all 12. It is quite taxing, and working as much as what I did post first lockdown in the middle of the summer, it's very hard to find time to do a fitness challenge every month. So definitely going to keep doing them sporadically, but it's not going to be one every month. That were a little bit silly, that one. Next one, attend 4 PGA training courses. Obviously, with what's gone off, we had opportunity to do such things over Zoom and stuff, but not quite the same. I'm very interested in doing like a wedge matrix course, which is a course run by a PGA pro called James Ridyard, which is really good. So that could be one for 2021. In fact, I've not put that in my goals for 2021, but that's something that I'll definitely look to. Next up, develop a stock shot with the driver. Now, this is an interesting one because it's hard to quantify. Obviously, you're not going to hit every drive, but I definitely think since that I've started to play a bit more this year that my driving has improved. And when it's been bad before, it's been horrific, and it really does cost me my scores. But obviously, playing a little bit more through lockdown, a lot of my close friends have started playing golf this year, which has been a massive bonus for me because that subsequently meant that my interest has started to really peak again, and I actually like enjoy playing again, which has just been mint. So when it comes to developing a stock shot with the driver, I've not done that. I don't think anyone actually has got a stock shot with the driver, like that they can nail 100% of the time, but my driving's definitely improved, so it's like a question mark / a tick, that one. Next one, less rotation with the club face. So one of the big issues in my golf swing is that we saw the club face in the release part of the golf swing close quite significantly. So, you know, on days when I time it well, I hit it good. On days when I time it bad, it can be blocks, it can be rat hooks. Did start working with Dan Gregory in, I would say, November, December time? Probably November. So this is the first time that I've had successive lessons for quite a while now, and one of the big things that we're working on is really quietening down that club face. Although I ain't got it nailed just yet, and it's not like perfectly where I want it to be, we have seen like really good signs of progress, which I'm like delighted with. Going to keep working with Dan in 2021 as I look to play in a few more tournaments again. But from where it was to where it is now, there's been an improvement. We're seeing less closing in that club face. I think that's a tick. And I'll pop a little bit of a swing video on for you. I'll tell you what, I'll put one which for me stands out as quite a bad swing, but it resulted in a pretty decent shot. It was a drive at the Address Montgomery in Dubai last year, and I'll put it up against one of my favourite swings that I made this year during a lesson, just so you guys can see the comparison. So you see in the Address Montgomery video, the club really wanted to wrap short, whereas we're seeing a lot more stability in this newer iron swing that I put on for you then. So, you know, I think we're moving in the right direction when it comes to my technique. 100 mile January, that was something that I was able to complete. Currently, I'm like a third of the way through doing 150 miles this January, so very taxing on your body, but I'm just cracking on with it and enjoying it at the same time. Kind of lucky that we're in a little bit of a lockdown again here in England, and all I'm doing really is running every day. So 150 miles, as you'll see when it comes to my goals later on, that's what I'm doing. But the 100 mile January last year I was able to do, which was mint. So this next one's a bit of an interesting one. So I set up like a little bit of a drop shipping company, which my friend Guy Thomas, I think, actually does it full time now. It was a weird little quirky business interest that I had for a short stint. I wanted to earn a certain amount from that business. I don't think I did, so it's weird that I've ticked this one. I think I've got it confused with a different goal. I earned a little bit though, which meant I was able to buy a Tour Striker plane mate. So even though it wasn't as successful as what I hoped it would be, this little business interest that I had, it did pay for a plane mate, which was pretty cool. It's not something that I've carried on with. I'm much more focused on the coaching side of my actual business and playing again. Just being a golfer and a coach. That's my main priority for 2021. So even though I have ticked that one, I don't think I did it. The next one, become FlightScope certified. Didn't manage to do this, although having used the FlightScope as much as what I had done at Kingswood last year, I feel as though I don't really need a certification. I feel like my knowledge around how to interpret the data and how to showcase it to the people that I teach to help them improve, I feel like I don't need a certification to show that I can do that. I think having taught 500-600 lessons last year as I did, I'm confident using a FlightScope, that's what I'm saying. We've got GC Quad at Ickleton now. I'll be hopefully doing a video with that soon to show you guys how it works and how it can benefit you. So stay tuned on the channel in the next coming weeks. GC Quad video coming. Last goal of 2020 was to plan the week ahead every Sunday. I was able to do that, so I've got a notice board upstairs. I definitely feel a lot more organised this year. The introduction of Google Calendars into my life has been absolutely mint. That's the way that I basically plan my life out now, and it's really good. So we started using that at Kingswood. I now use it at Hickleton. I just have to look. I have to look at the start of the week. What am I doing? Where can I fit in different things? It's just mint. Google Calendars definitely helped me be a lot more organised person now. So that's the 2020 goals. I think it's roughly half and half. I've achieved half, not achieved the other half. Let's have a look at those 2021 goals now. So as ever, I've set a monetary goal when it comes to lessons. It is more than the value of the goal that I set last year. So although I'm not going to show you guys exactly what the amounts are that I want to achieve, it is more than last year. Next one, again, like I said earlier, 5,000 subs, that's a big one for me. So if we can get past the 3,000 mark to start with being back at Ickleton and my job role changing slightly, I've got a bit more free time to get cracked back on with the YouTube videos again, which is I'm really keen about. So fingers crossed we can have a good year next year. You guys that interact with the channel on a frequent basis are like the people that keep this channel going. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here doing these kind of videos. So I can only thank you for keeping me going during these like tricky, difficult times during lockdowns and whatnot. And fingers crossed we can recruit a few more on board and get that number to 5,000 by the end of the year. One way I think I'm going to try and do that this year is by making less videos but better quality. So we saw that I had an upload goal last year. I wanted to do 150 videos, and at times I thought that trying to get to that goal I sacrificed the quality in my videos. This year it's not about that, so even if I'm only putting out one video a week at times, I'm going to try and make sure that they're as good a quality as they can be. I think that's big now. I've gone through the process of pumping out videos, just trying to do it as a scattergun process where I see what works, what doesn't. Now I think I know what videos I want to make, so let's try and make them as good as what I can. Like I said as well, 150 mile January, so I've done about 56 miles up to now. It is the 12th of January. So I've got another 19 days to run. How far's that? At 90 miles, yeah. Yeah, that's about right, 90, yeah. So if I keep at my rate of doing about 5 miles a day, which I have been doing, that should be good. It is taxing, my knee does hurt a little bit wear and tear, but it's nothing serious. Next one, now that I'm back playing, I want to start playing in some more tournaments. I want to start competing again. So one of my goals is to win a Yorkshire PGA event or something similar. So right round here we've got 2020 Tour, we've got Yorkshire PGA. Fingers crossed if the world gets back to some kind of normality, I can start entering those events, and I want to start competing in the Yorkshire PGA events again. My best finish to date, I think in the Dubai Overseas Pro-Am I finished 3rd, I dare say. I've had another top 5 at Rotherham Golf Club, but this year it's all about practicing more, playing more, enjoying playing, competing, and hopefully winning. So that's a big goal for 2021. Just a quick one while I'm editing this. I forgot to ask, what are your goals for 2021? Leave me a comment in that section below. What are your goals for 2021? Cheers. Back to that guy. Next one, similar to the running 150 miles in January, one of my goals is to break 21 minutes on a 5k. So my best ever 5k time is like 21 minutes and 1 second, which is agonising. I would do it this month if my knee wasn't playing up. I feel like I can't go as fast as what I want to do at minute because I've got to get the miles in. So hopefully at some point later on in the year, I'm going to go at beating 21 minutes on a 5k, if not 20. So I'll not be overly ambitious with that one. If I break 21, I'll be delighted. If I break 20, I'll just be over the moon. Another goal, which I think would give me a great chance of winning a Yorkshire PGA event, is to shoot under par in a PGA event. So I've not done that yet. I did it one round in Dubai. I shot 3 under, one of my best ever rounds, coincidentally. But I love to be around that level of where like 2-3 over is a bad round, level par's pretty decent, shooting under par's good. So if I can break par in a PGA event, that would be brilliant. And I think that'll give me a great opportunity to win a Yorkshire PGA event. I want to be confident with my pitching again, so I feel like currently one of the weakest parts of my game is my pitching. When I was a junior, my chipping and pitching used to be phenomenal. I want to get it back to that standard, and again, I think that's going to give me a good chance at winning, competing in events. The last one is to do with strokes gained. Now, strokes gained was something that I learnt about last year. Strokes gained is something that I will be using myself. It's something that I'm going to be showing you guys, so there will be a video coming on how to use strokes gained in a couple of days. It's going to be something that I'm going to be integrating into my lessons. It's basically the best way of measuring are you getting better at certain aspects of your game or not, if that makes sense. It'll make more sense when I do the video on it. One big objective for me is to try and get all my strokes gained statistics better than scratch. Now, when I come to show you the TaylorMade My Round Pro video that I'm going to be doing in a couple of days, you'll see what I mean by this. So we'll kind of put that one on the back burner. I won't explain it fully until that video, so make sure you stay tuned and you watch that one when it comes out. That though is pretty much it for my 2021 goals. So I've been quite ambitious again. I think hardest one is going to be winning a Yorkshire PGA event. The easiest one's perhaps going to be the monetary one, or the 150 mile January, as mad as that seems, because I just run while we can't do anything else. Yeah, it's been, all in all, you know, it's actually been a pretty good year for me. Despite the world being on its arse, I've been able to do what I want to do for a large period of time. You know, I've really enjoyed the little bit of time off that we've had, able to reflect and you know, keep communicating with the people that I teach. And then as soon as we've gone back to work in this last year, it's just been crazy hectic, and very thankful for all your guys' support, and hopefully we can just carry on going from here. So if you see me slacking with any of this, I want you to get on to me. I want you to pull me to one side and say, you've not won a PGA event yet, Jack, and it's November. Like, what are you doing? Pull your finger out your arse. Because I think with your guys' help, that'll make some of these a little bit easier. So as ever, thanks ever so much for watching. Stay tuned for some more videos in the coming days. Oh, one last thing before I go. I've started streaming on Twitch, so I like to play FIFA in my spare time. When I do that now, sometimes I play it on stream. So link in the description below if you want to follow me on Twitch. Watch me playing FIFA, watch me playing PGA Tour 2K21. You're more than welcome to. I've TikTok, all that kind of stuff, Instagram, it's all linked in the description below, so follow me on my socials. Do the usuals, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Bye.